Some great acts. And Daniel Van Kirk, he will be at Comedy Zone all this weekend. A very funny and talented guy, and no stranger to TV. He's been on Comedy Central, the NFL Network, and also Bob's Burgers. Welcome to River City Live.
Yeah, Grant.
Oh, I guess. Would you like a donut? Or we'll save it for later.
Yeah, it's
okay.
No one needs to see me eat. I do.
So thanks for coming down. Is this your first time in Jacksonville?
It's my second time. I was here earlier this year in February. I did a one-night show at Rain Dogs.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great spot, great turnout, so I was really happy to be able to come back and spend the whole weekend in Jacksonville.
Very
Picked
cool.
a good time. You know, came in on Friday the 13th, possible storm. Awesome.
That's fine, yeah.
And then, like, what are some things that you will be talking about when people check you out at the Comedy Zone?
A lot of stuff from growing up in Rochelle, Illinois, up in the heartland. Talk a lot about my love of flea markets. It's a big thing. Oh, yeah.
Where did that love come from? Is it from where you grew up?
Well,
like
we spent a lot of time in Illinois' backyard. I believe it's also called Wisconsin. And we would go up there, and they would have flea markets that are real, because I live in Los Angeles now, and they have flea markets there, but they're not real. Do you know in LA you have to pay a cover charge to go into the flea market?
No.
Like, I don't pay money.
That's not a flea market.
No, yeah, I don't pay money to look at your piles.
That's a meat market.
That's
a meat market.
Yeah. So I grew up going to real ones, and I found out you guys have them here too. So I'm going to try and hit some flea markets on Saturday
They are
as
legit
well.
here.
Yeah.
Are they?
Rance and I, we lived in a lot of different areas, and like they are solid.
Okay.
Anytime you go and you walk into a place and it's like a store at a flea market, I'm always taken back. Like, is this part of the same establishment?
No. I want things that make me a little uncomfortable. Like, there should be 3 women who do not speak to each other anymore trying to sell the same quilt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that should be happening.
A couple booths down, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, I'm selling that quilt. I'm just not talking to her. Yeah, stuff. I remember we grew up, there was a time at the Princeton Flea Market in Princeton, Wisconsin. My cousin Kenny, my brother Matt, bought a grenade.
No way.
A real one.
Yeah, my mom marched them back up and said, "Did you sell these boys a grenade?" He goes, "They talked me down to $3."
Yeah. But you know what though, and this is again because I'm kind of familiar with the area. So with Wisconsin, people are like, "Oh, it's great for duck hunting." Like they'll find a way around. You know, you could fish with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's
more
just,
of a conversation starter. Until it goes off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's fine until the kids pull the pin.
See, I like that because a lot of people might not have ever experienced what you're talking about, and for you to be able to share stories.
Somebody got a tissue, his eye is just like dripping. It's weird.
It's leaking.
It's leaking.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take laughing tears all day. Yeah.
It's tears of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's something you definitely have to do is, you know, the flea markets here. Oh, another thing, so the NFL Network, obviously, you know, with the Jags here, we love football. One of the things that you were talking to me earlier, which I think is awesome, when it comes to stats, explain one of the things that you came out with.
Yeah, so I spent a couple seasons being one of the on-air people with the NFL Network. It was great because they have all the experts there and the former players, and then all I have to do is just try and make jokes, which is very on brand for me. But one of the things when I was there, they were like, "Oh, is there anything you think that could make the game better?" And I tried to create a stat which no one wants, but I think is very good, called deflected and non-deflected interceptions. Basically, we have errors in baseball. Why don't we have some stat that just keeps track of the quarterback threw it, it did get intercepted, but it touched the wide receiver first.
Yeah.
So it's not saying that it was a perfect throw. You can still put some, maybe they didn't put it in a good place, but if the wide receiver touches it, why does that go 100% onto the quarterback?
And that happens all the time where like the guys like this, it hits his hands and then it goes into like a linebacker and then you always see this from like the QB. Immediately, they're like, take the QB and he's like, like on his helmet.
You know who would appreciate that stat? Us fantasy football players.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
You know who else? Quarterbacks.
Oh, so I looked at it. There was a 5-year span where Tony Romo had 3 years of double-digit interceptions. And I went back and looked at all of them. And if you had taken away, just said, oh, well, these are times where the wide receiver touched the ball first, he would have had 1 year with double-digit, purely his fault interceptions.
Okay.
Yeah. But no one wanted that. They were like, just keep telling jokes. So, but someday, deflected and non-deflected interceptions.
I'm going to say you told us first.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll start here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. Well, you can catch Daniel at the Comedy Zone all this weekend. For more information, go to comedyzone.com. Oh, and while you're here, check out some food places.
Please.
Jacksonville has some great food, and Rance, you know a thing or two. Right?
Oh, yeah. So if you want to combine youth gaining knowledge and experience with a restaurant with a musical theme on the north side, then you would be going to the Rock and Waffle Cafe.